Imagine this. It's the middle of winter. The sun barely rises. The sky is gray for months. The cold doesn't leave. It's dark by 4 in the afternoon, and it stays dark until late in the morning. That sounds miserable, right? That sounds like a recipe for sadness, depression, and unhappiness. But here's the surprising part. The people who live in this place are some of the happiest people on the entire planet. Year after year, they rank among the happiest countries in the world. How is that possible? How do you find happiness in the middle of the darkest, coldest winter? The answer is a word. A beautiful word that the Danish have lived by for centuries. It's called Hygge. And it might be the secret to a happier life. Hygge is pronounced Hygge. And it's one of those words that can't be perfectly translated into English. But if I had to explain it simply, I would say this: Hygge is the art of creating warmth and comfort in the small moments of life. And enjoying them fully. That's it. Simple as that. And yet, it changes everything. Before we go further, let me ask you something. Think about a moment in your life when you felt truly comfortable. Truly at peace. Not excited, not thrilled, not on an adventure. Just warm. Safe. Content. Maybe it was a Sunday morning with nowhere to go. A cup of coffee in your hands, sunlight coming through the window. Maybe it was an evening with a close friend, sharing a meal, laughing, talking about nothing important. Maybe it was curled up on a couch with a blanket, a good book, and the rain falling outside. Can you feel it? That quiet warmth in your chest. That feeling. That's Hygge. You've probably experienced Hygge before without knowing it had a name. The Danes simply turned it into a way of life. Now, let me tell you why Hygge matters so much to the Danish people. It starts with the weather. Denmark is a small country in northern Europe. And its winters are brutal. From October to March, the days are short and the nights are long. The sun rises late and sets early. The sky is often cloudy and gray. The wind is cold. The rain is constant. For most people, that kind of weather would be depressing. And for a long time, it was. Danish winters were something people simply endured. They survived them. But at some point, the Danes made a choice. Instead of fighting against the darkness, they decided to embrace it. They decided to make the most of the long, cold evenings. They decided to turn their homes into places of warmth and light. And that's where Hygge was born. Not as a trend or a lifestyle brand. But as a survival strategy. A way to find happiness and connection in the middle of cold, dark months. Over the centuries, Hygge became part of the Danish soul. It became the way they lived, not just in winter, but all year long. Let me tell you about a woman named Lotte. Lotte grew up in Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark. For her, Hygge was just a normal part of life. She didn't think about it. It was simply how things were done. Every evening, when the sun went down, Lotte's mother would light candles around the house. Not 1 or 2 candles. Many candles. On the kitchen table, on the shelves, on the windowsills. The whole house would glow with soft, warm light. Her mother would put on some quiet music. She would make hot chocolate or tea. The family would sit together in the living room. Sometimes they talked. Sometimes they read. Sometimes they just sat in comfortable silence, enjoying the warmth and the light. There was no TV blaring in the background. No phones. No rushing. Just the gentle flicker of candlelight and the feeling of being together, safe and warm. Lotte told me that these evenings were her favorite part of childhood. Not Christmas morning. Not birthday parties. Just ordinary evenings, made special by the simple magic of Hygge. When Lotte moved to London for work, she missed Hygge immediately. London was busy, fast, loud. People ate lunch at their desks. They rushed from place to place. They stared at their phones on the train. Nobody slowed down. The evenings were the worst. Lotte would come home tired and lonely. Her apartment felt cold and empty. She missed the warmth of her family's Hygge evenings. So she started creating Hygge on her own. She bought some candles. She made herself a cup of tea. She wrapped herself in a soft blanket. She put on some gentle music and sat quietly for a while. It wasn't the same as being home with her family. But it helped. The small ritual of creating a cozy atmosphere made her feel calmer, warmer, more at peace. Over time, Lotte started inviting friends over for Hygge evenings. Nothing fancy. She would make simple food, light the candles, and invite people to just come and sit and enjoy each other's company. And something beautiful happened. Her friends loved it. They said it was the most relaxing thing they had done in months. In a city that never stopped moving, Lotte's Hygge evenings became a place where everyone could finally breathe. This is the power of Hygge. It doesn't require expensive things or special places. It requires the right atmosphere and the right intention. Let me explain what I mean. Hygge is not about buying the most expensive candles or the softest blankets or the prettiest plates. The Danes actually believe the opposite. Hygge is about simplicity. About humility. About enjoying what you already have. A cup of coffee from your kitchen is more Hygge than a fancy latte from a coffee shop. A homemade meal is more Hygge than dinner at a restaurant. A worn, comfortable sweater is more Hygge than a brand new designer jacket. Hygge is about the feeling, not the stuff. It's about creating a moment where you feel safe, warm, and connected. And you can do that with almost nothing at all. Now, there are some elements that the Danes consider essential to Hygge. Let me share them with you. First and most important, candles. The Danes love candles more than almost any other country in the world. They burn more candles per person per year than anywhere else on earth. Candles are everywhere in a Danish home. On the dining table during meals. On the coffee table in the evening. In the bathroom. In the kitchen. Why so many candles? Because candles create warmth. Not just physical warmth, but emotional warmth. The soft, flickering light of a candle makes everything feel softer, gentler, more peaceful. It tells your mind and body, you can slow down now. You're safe. Second, warmth. Hygge is about being warm and comfortable. A thick blanket. A warm drink. A cozy sweater. A fire if you have one. Anything that makes you feel wrapped up and protected from the cold outside. Third, simple food and drink. A cup of coffee or tea. A piece of chocolate. A homemade pastry. The Danes don't need a 5-course meal to feel Hygge. They just need something warm and something sweet, shared with care. Fourth, togetherness. Hygge is best when shared with others. Family, friends, neighbors. People you feel comfortable with. People you can be yourself around. In Hygge, nobody is trying to impress anyone. There are no phones on the table. No arguments. No competition. Just people being together, simply and happily. But here's something important about Hygge that many people miss. Hygge is also about equality. In a Hygge moment, nobody is the center of attention. Nobody dominates the conversation. Nobody shows off or brags. Everyone is equal. Everyone matters the same. This is deeply connected to Danish culture. The Danes have a strong belief in equality and fairness. They don't like to stand out or show off. They value modesty and simplicity. And Hygge reflects that. It's a shared experience, not a performance. This is why Hygge gatherings are usually small and intimate. Not big parties with loud music and too many people. Just a few close friends or family members, sitting together, enjoying each other's company. You might be wondering, can you practice Hygge alone? The answer is yes. Solo Hygge is absolutely a thing. Sitting alone with a cup of tea and a good book, wrapped in a blanket, with candles flickering around you. That's Hygge. You don't need other people to create that feeling of warmth and comfort. In fact, sometimes solo Hygge is exactly what you need. Especially when life feels busy and overwhelming. Creating a small pocket of Hygge for yourself is a way of saying, I deserve this moment of peace. I deserve to feel warm and safe. The Danes understand this. They don't see taking care of yourself as selfish. They see it as necessary. And Hygge is one of the most natural forms of self-care there is. Let me tell you one more thing about Hygge that I find fascinating. Hygge happens all year long in Denmark, not just in winter. In summer, Hygge looks different. It's a picnic in the park with friends. It's a barbecue in the garden on a warm evening. It's riding bikes along the coast and stopping to watch the sunset. It's ice cream shared on a bench. In spring, Hygge is gardening together. Planting flowers. Sitting outside for the first time after a long winter, feeling the sun on your face. In autumn, Hygge is apple picking. It's warm cider. It's the first evening when you pull out your blankets and light your candles again. Hygge is not about one season or one activity. It's about noticing the good moments. The small, quiet, warm moments that happen every single day. And choosing to be present for them. So how do we bring Hygge into our own lives? You don't need to live in Denmark. You don't need to have a perfect home or expensive things. You just need to change how you see your everyday moments. Let me give you some simple ways to start. First, create a Hygge corner in your home. It doesn't have to be a whole room. Just a small space. A comfortable chair by a window. A cozy spot on your couch. Make it warm. Add a blanket. Put a candle nearby. This is your Hygge spot. Go there when you need to feel peaceful. Second, light a candle in the evening. Just one is enough to start. Put it somewhere you spend time. When you light it, let it be a signal to your mind. A signal that says, the busy part of the day is over. It's time to slow down. Third, make your meals hygge. When you sit down to eat, even if it's just lunch alone, take a moment. Put your phone away. Taste your food. Notice it. Be present. Don't rush. Even 5 minutes of mindful eating can feel like hygge. Fourth, spend time with people you care about. Not doing anything special. Just being together. Cooking a simple meal together. Sitting and talking. Playing a card game. Reading in the same room. These ordinary moments of togetherness are the heart of hygge. Fifth, embrace the seasons. Pay attention to what each season offers. Don't fight against the cold or the rain or the short days. Work with them. Make them cozy. Winter is for blankets and hot drinks and staying in. Summer is for being outside and enjoying the warmth. Each season has its own kind of hygge. Sixth, simplify your evenings. Instead of scrolling through your phone for hours, try one hygge evening per week. No screens. Just a warm drink, maybe some music, maybe a conversation with someone you love. See how it feels. And seventh, practice gratitude for small things. Hygge is deeply connected to gratitude. It's about noticing the good things you already have. The warmth of your coffee. The softness of your blanket. The sound of rain on your window. The company of a friend. These things aren't big. They're not dramatic. But they're real. And when you pay attention to them, when you let yourself enjoy them fully, they become moments of real happiness. Let me leave you with this thought. We spend so much of our lives chasing big things. Big goals. Big experiences. Big achievements. We think happiness is somewhere out there, waiting for us to arrive. But the Danes have known for a long time that happiness is not big. Happiness is small. Happiness is a candle flickering on your kitchen table. Happiness is a warm cup of coffee on a cold morning. Happiness is the quiet laughter of people you love. Happiness is hygge. You don't need to go anywhere to find it. You don't need to buy anything special. You just need to slow down. Look around. Notice the warmth that's already there. And let yourself enjoy it. Hygge. The art of cozy living. The Danish secret to happiness. And it's been right in front of us all along. So tonight, when you get home, try something different. Light a candle. Make yourself something warm to drink. Sit down. Be quiet for a moment. And notice how it feels. That feeling. That's hygge. And it's yours, whenever you need it. Thank you for listening. Now go make your life a little cozier. I hope this video brought you something meaningful. If you find it helpful, please like and share it with someone who may need it. Subscribe if you would like to hear more stories like this. Wishing you a calm and peaceful day.